One of the main reasons why I prefer to buy vintage Seiko is its huge catalog of watches that share movement, case, and dial compatibility. This is where y'all Seiko purists need to turn away. Because with the right parts, anyone can play Dr. FrankinTime and piece together such lovely retro beauties. In today's episode number 3 of my Vintage Betty series, I will feature 4 Seiko watches from the 60s and the 70s to illustrate the rewarding fun I have in my pursuit of the perfect vintage watch. If this is your first time clocking in with the Dapper Wrist, my name is Jay, and y'all know what time it is. C Stern 62 MAS Homage Dial Mod. Check out the vid. None of these Seikos sold the way you see them here today. Dials, movements have been swapped from one case into another. Let's start with my 6309 8049, the Blue Lagoon Mermaid from 1977. Only this is not the 8049 case. This is. The fact that its integrated bracelet is no longer with us is a plus. Not only do I tend to hate on integrated bracelets, but because it's broken, I was able to buy it for less, only 10 bones. But in order for me to enjoy this watch on the wrist, the hunt for a new case was on. And it took 3 to 4 cases before I finally found the right one. This 8010 case is a new old stock purchase that instantly made sense. It kept all the sexiest parts of that 70s design, its dial, and got rid of the unflattering typical 70s fat shaped case. The 8010 case with this lightly fumé textured blue dial made such an impact that when I saw a listing for a 6309 8029 in a light honey gold, I couldn't let her pass me by. I had to holler at her and run it back one more time. The end results are so rewarding. But not everything that glitters is gold. Not everything is compatible. The crown, for example, may need to be smaller or bigger, with a stem needing to be longer or shorter, which is the case here. But don't trip, y'all. I'm gonna fix it. It's only this way for the video's sake. Let's move on now to my 6119 7103. That is now on this 7080 case. This is the original case. Similar to the dial on my Blue Lagoon Mermaid and my golden brown honeycomb, this Seiko 5 is more restrained, with an accidental splash of color from that gold tension ring. A happy mistake I made during ordering that I intend to keep. This case also sings disco 70s style, but at least it's not an integrated bracelet. She's compact and comfortable to wear. But this Seiko Lord Matic 5606 7030 is the belle of the ball today, especially now that I have it on this 7000 series case with its original bracelet. This cherry red Lord Matic came in the 7030s case. This was an eBay purchase over 5 years ago. The seller listed the recently serviced watch as refurbished. I'm hoping the dial is original, but I can tell the case has been polished. Its once sharp lines have softened, and the front of the lugs should be brushed. But back then, I didn't care. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because if I did, I would have passed on it. And I wouldn't have this Betty today. Look at those bevels. I polished the folded center links of the bracelet, and I also polished the end links to maintain the reflective flat surface, highlighting the case's gem cut lines. Damn, that's hard to say. Note how the sun ray brushing on the front sides enhance its geometric beauty. She's uniquely mine, and I FrankinTimed it. And until the next Dapper Wrist video, don't trip, y'all. My next Vintage Betty's episode won't feature Seikos. I promise.